Well, I may be late to it, but Six Flags Fiesta Texas has announced Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger and brand new B&M dive coaster, which, to be perfectly honest, before even getting into this analysis, what the heck? They are working with B&M again? We haven't seen them work with B&M since X-Flight in 2012, so it'd be a decade, but it is really cool to see that they are working with B&M, and usually Six Flags usually works with rides manufacturers like Rocky Mountain Construction, S&S Worldwide, and Premier Rides. But with them going back to working with B&M, it's actually very impressive, and I am generally surprised that Six Flags went with a B&M, especially on how hard they're trying to make it go. I mean, literally, they are like using everything they have on this coaster, it seems like. Now, it has some very similar stats. It's one of the smaller ones out there. It's around the same exact height, and actually has very similar stats to Emperor Zero San Diego, which is also a B&M dive coaster with the same exact height. There are some differences, though, between the two, like inversions and steepness. This will have a record-breaking drop at 95 degrees. The steepest we've seen is 90 degrees, which is like what most dive coasters out there. Now let's talk about how Six Flags Fiesta Texas announced it. Six Flags didn't do a full video to where they announced all the rides. Actually, we got confirmation from Six Flags that will not be happening. So there are going to be individual videos for the rides that are announced. I like how they actually went with it with the steampunk theme. Dr. Diabolical is part of the DC universe, so just note that. So it's technically another DC ride coming to Fiesta Texas, like previously Wonder Woman, Golden Lasso Truth, Batman the Ride, and all those other DC themes. So yeah, it is DC theme, and it's actually really cool. Now let's talk about some of these stats. It has the world's steepest drop, like we all know. It has a height of 150 feet, and of course we all know the drop is 95 degrees. It reaches a top speed of 60 miles per hour. It features 2 inversions, including your traditional Immelman loop and a 270-degree zero-G roll, which is very cool. It also goes into a mid-course brake run, near vertical drop, a weird helix, and extreme airtime hill. Very impressive. Now let's dive into this layout. Let's see how the layout is, because I have some very strong opinions on the layout, because I really like this layout. I'm a fan of these dive coasters. So let's begin. So you're going to crest the top of the left tail, and you're just going to make a right-hand turn like most dive coasters, or like most dive coasters out there, and you're going to hit the holding drop. Now, I'm not that sure in real life how long you'll be holding. My guess is between 3 to 5 seconds. That's what most dive coasters are. Then you're going to plummet into a 95-degree drop. It's by far going to be, if not the best dive drop on a dive coaster. Then you go to your standard Immelman, which then goes into a 270-degree zero-G roll, which then slides into the mid-course brake run. This mid-course brake run will help out with capacity. The ride is designed to run with 3 trains, so that is actually really good. And then you go into the 75 near vertical drop. This drop will provide some really good airtime if you have room between the vests, and you go into this like helix type element. So after this like swooping turn, you're going to go into what they call an extreme airtime hill. If you have room, more than likely you're going to ejector, and then you go into a final helix which slides right into the brake run. I think the layout is very good on this dive coaster. At least Six Flags went with the unique layout. Actually, the layout is very different compared to most dive coasters out there. Now let's talk about these trains, because the trains are different compared to most dive coasters. Now most dive coasters have 6 seats if they're the smaller ones. Rides like Valraven and all of them, including Sheikra, Bushgar, and Stamp, they have 8 seats and Griffin has 10 seats. This ride has 7 seats. I've never thought it could hold 21 riders, but I never thought a dive coaster with 7 seats. There must be a reason why they have 7 seats on this coaster, because I can't really think of anything else why. So if you guys know why, let them know in the comments down below. But that's really going to do it for today's analysis. I'm very late to this, I know. I just came back from New Jersey, so I have tons of videos, vlogs, and all that. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Tell me guys' thoughts on Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.